Hello friend, welcome to PR Academy. In previous lecture, we saw the two committee, BR Mehta committee and Ashok Mehta committee. To continue this Panchayati Raj lecture series, so next committee is GBK Rao committee. So in the year of the 1985, the Planning Commission appointed a committee on the administrative arrangement for rural development and poverty alleviation program according to the GBK Rao committee. Okay, so remember the name GBK Rao committee. The phenomena of bureaucration weakened the Panchayati Raj institution. The committee recommended for the revitalization of the entire Panchayati Raj system. Okay, so next is there were a lot of committee, so you don't have need to remember all the recommendation. So try to remember the one or two recommendation of committee. So next is the LM Singhvi committee. So in the year 1986, the Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi appointed a committee for revitalization of the Panchayati Raj institution for democracy and development. LM Singhvi committee recommended that the Panchayati Raj institution should be constitutionally recognized and protected and preserved. Okay, so it is important for the Panchayati Raj institution to constitutionally recognized and protected and preserved. Committee recommended that a new chapter should be added to the constitution for the same purpose. Okay, so the new chapter should be added so that it is recognized and protected. So LM Singhvi committee also suggested for the constitutional provision to ensure regular, free and fair election to Panchayati Raj body. Okay, so the committee also give the suggestion for the regular, free and fair election to Panchayati Raj body. After the recommendation of the above committee, the Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi made an attempt to provide the constitutional status to the Panchayati Raj body, so PRI. Okay, so in July 1989, the Rajiv Gandhi government introduced the 64 constitutional amendment bill. Okay, so in 64 amendment bill introduced in Lok Sabha. So remember that constitutional amendment bill can be introduced either in Rajya Sabha or in the Lok Sabha. So there is no compulsion to introduce in Lok Sabha. So compulsion is for the only money bill. Okay, so note that a constitutional amendment bill can be introduced either in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. This amendment is meant for providing the constitutional status to the Panchayati Raj institution. The Lok Sabha passed the bill in August 1989. So in 1989, the Lok Sabha passed the bill. The amendment bill must be passed with a special majority. Special majority means there should be the 2/3 of the member present and voting. Okay, the bill was opposed in the Rajya Sabha on the ground that it sought to strengthen the centralization in the federal system. Okay, so in Rajya Sabha the bill was opposed. Okay, so the bill was not passed in Rajya Sabha, so 64 amendment bill was lapsed. Okay, so this bill was lapsed. So constitutional amendment bill must be passed in both the houses of parliament separately with a special majority. So there is no provision for joint sitting in case of disagreement on the constitutional amendment bill. Only for the ordinary bill there is a provision for joint sitting. In the joint sitting, the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha members sit together and discuss and vote for the bill. In the year 1989, the National Front government, okay, was formed at the central level. So BP Singh was appointed as the Prime Minister of India. In the month of the November 89, the Prime Minister BP Singh announced that the steps to strengthen the Panchayati Raj would be taken. Okay, so another step to create the Panchayati Raj. Okay, so in the September 1990, a constitutional amendment bill was introduced in Lok Sabha, but the government collapsed. Okay, so sad event. and there was an inevitable midterm election for Lok Sabha in year 1991. Okay, so if the Lok Sabha is dissolved, so all the bills that are pending in Lok Sabha is also lapsed. Okay, so this leads to the lapse of the bill. After the election of the 1991 P.V. Narasimha Rao committee P.V. Narasimha Rao became the Prime Minister of India. So during the election campaign on May 1991, Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated. Okay, so that was a sad event for the India. So the Congress government P.V. Narasimha Rao considered the matter of the constitutionality of the Panchayati Raj institution. The controversial aspects were removed from the bill. The bill was introduced in the form of the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Bill. The 73rd Constitutional Amendment Bill was introduced in the Lok Sabha in the 1991. The bill was passed by the Lok Sabha on December 22, 1992. So the bill was passed by the Rajya Sabha in December. So one day after, the Rajya Sabha also passed the bill. The bill was approved by the 17 state assembly. So this bill was in nature of the federal structure. So the state should have to pass the bill. So bill was sent to the state. So once the state more than the 50% of the state pass the bill considered to the pass. Okay, a constitutional amendment bill related to the federal power must get consent of at least half of the state with simple majority. The president give his assent. President Shankar Dayal Sharma on April 1993. So this became the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Bill 1992. So you have also to remember that the president cannot deny it. Okay, president should have to give the assent to the bill. Okay, so he cannot use his or her pocket veto power. So salient feature of the 73rd Amendment 1992, this act added to the part 11 of the Constitution. This act also added new article from the 243A to 243O. Okay, so this means the 243A to 243O. The 73 Amendment Act also added the 11th schedule to the Constitution of India. So 11th schedule deal with the Panchayati Raj. Okay, the original Constitution contained only the schedule. 9 was added to the first amendment in the 1951. 9th schedule is related to the land reform. 10th is added in 1985 through the 52nd amendment. The 10th schedule related to the anti-defection law, Dal Badli. Okay, the 11th schedule contained the 29 subjects. Please remember that the 7th schedule is different from the 11th schedule. 7th schedule consists of the 3 lists. So the state government are under the constitutional obligation to adapt the new Panchayati Raj system. The compulsory provision of act have to be included in state law. Okay, the creating the Panchayati Raj system. The voluntary provision may be included at the discretion of the state. Okay, so in the next lecture we will continue this Panchayati Raj session. Okay, so thank you.